Hello? Yeah, we're good, man. What's up, dog? We're good, dog. We're good. Jesus fucking Christ. You think I'm trying to save Noah in the fucking art doing this shit. He's getting out of pocket.
Give me a second. I was in the middle of eating while you were fucking with shit.
Maybe if you didn't fucking have all these snacks on my goddamn table, I could fucking move around and actually do something. But no, you decided to go get 3 bags of chips and fucking cold Sour Patch Kids. God
I'm
damn
looking
it.
forward to them. They look pretty good.
Fuck you. Alright, anyway. Where's my goddamn nicotine at? I'm about to fucking freak out. Welcome back to another podcast, dog. Welcome back to the Terrible Influence Podcast. I got my brother back on this week.
How's it going? How are you?
I'm doing good, King. A little frustrated.
I see
A little
that.
flustered today. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
How much that gas hit you for, dog?
It's disgusting. I got more than what I thought, but yeah, it's disgusting. It's up to 409 where we stopped earlier. Absolutely ridiculous.
Shit, it was like 419 the other day. I don't remember where I went, but it was like 419 the other day.
Oh, yeah, that shit's crazy.
No, that shit is terrible. Hush.
Are you gonna edit that out or you gonna leave that in?
No, that's staying in there. Fuck it.
Oh man, so what's your week been like? What you been reading into, or you still been stuck on the news and all the tragedies going on?
Oh, fuck me, dude. Condolences to Texas, bro. That the more you read about it, the crazier it fucking gets.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't read anything about it. I've
Oh,
been
bro.
kinda staying away
Apparently,
from it.
this motherfucker walked right past police officers, and nobody got into the school until Border Patrol got there.
Well, I have seen a lot of, I hate to put it like this, but I have seen a lot of memes online talking about, how apparently they were threatening to tase mothers, like wanting to like get their kids, but they were standing out there like not doing anything.
Yeah,
Like I said, I don't really honestly feel too comfortable commenting on it too much because I haven't read anything about it or anything like that. I've been on.
How do you feel with kids though? Because you have one kid in school. So how does it, as a parent, how does it feel knowing that shit like that can happen in a place where it's supposed to be safe?
It's scary, man. Anytime anything happens like that, regardless of what age, I mean, even if it's high schoolers, it's still scary because, like you said, that's a place where we send our children for education so they can learn and they can be educated, and grow up to be good, outstanding citizens. And that's the last place you expect something like that to happen. I mean, you don't expect it to happen at all. Don't get me wrong, but especially in a public setting like that, where it's made for kids, it's especially even more terrible than.
I never understood it. Like, what's the point? Like, what are you gaining out of that? Because I'd imagine that if you think you're going to go do something like that, I'd imagine you know that you're going to die.
I don't know, man. I wish we did know, honestly. It's
That shit is sick, bro. That shit is sick. I don't remember the dude's name. It was something Ramos, but he can rest in piss with all the disrespect in the world. Fuck him.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Special place in hell for him. That shit's sad, bro. I don't know what the solution is. I really don't. I can't sit here and tell you that I have these ideas of things we can do. But I don't know. It's sad, bro. It really is. That's I think it was like 2 teachers and 19 kids.
Oh yeah, it's sad. Because,
And the worst part about it is I read that he locked himself in a classroom and killed all them kids in one classroom.
That is awful.
And nobody stopped him until Border Patrol got there, bro. Walked right past some cops. And I get it, dog. I'm not. The cops should have stopped him. You take that job to protect and serve, but then again, if you're fucking, you kind of got to look at it from a human standpoint. What the fuck do you do?
Oh yeah, and I mean I understand. When it comes to law enforcement, they have.
Oh my god!
They have, they have order of operations they have to follow and chain of command and this, that, and the other. But I mean, we're not talking about a traffic stop We're not talking about, vandalism or graffiti or even, a domestic violence house call. I hate to, put that in the same category, but, we're talking about guns and children and lives like at stake at that very moment. And like I said, I'm not trying to discount. I mean, a crime's a crime, but I definitely feel like there were more, just from what I've heard, more proactive procedures that they could have followed and more things that they could have done, and that all in all, this could have easily been preventable.
Probably. But I don't want to touch on it too long because I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of reading about it. I'm tired of seeing it. It's sad. It's even more sad that, it's not. It's happened in other countries, but it's not happening. We already have 288 this year. We're only like 147 days into the fucking year.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, we almost got double the amount of mass shootings as we have days in the year right now. So, I mean, like I said, I don't have the solutions, and I really don't know what we can do, but something has to change. Something has to give. We have to do something. I don't know if it's takes guns away from everybody or take assault rifles away from people, whatever it is, but something has to be done. We have to at least slow it down. I don't think it'll stop it completely, but I mean, we have to at least fucking control it.
Oh yeah, we gotta do something, and we gotta do something quick before it just gets even worse.
Yeah, but let's move on to something more positive. Not much is going on this week. I just been kind of cool with work, but I was thinking about it. I watched Game 6 of the Celtics and Heat game last night. Heat won. They forced a Game 7, and so they had Jimmy Butler on. Jimmy Butler, he had 47 points, and they asked him like, "What brought you this performance?" He was talking about D Wade texting and shit, but he said something, and I've heard it before, but I don't know when he said it. Like in the intense of the moment, it was different. He said, "Find a way to win."
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
And I think that's a very good thing to go by.
To an extent, I mean, unless a couple weeks go by, we find out there was a big cheating scandal. He's like,
you can't really cheat in basketball.
No, I mean, don't do that. You can cheat in any sport.
No, I mean, yeah, but
But I'm glad you brought up basketball because I did have a couple sports questions I want to ask you too. Here when we get to it.
Hit him with me. Hit me with it.
No, but first I want to touch on that real quick. But yeah, I mean, it's very easy to cheat in basketball. You just have to pay off people.
I'm not going to cheat.
Pay off the rest of that. But okay, so sports question. We'll start with basketball because I do have a couple different sports questions for you because I know you follow a couple different sports.
Okay.
When it comes to the NBA, in your opinion, this is just my curiosity because I've been in a kind of a curious phase here lately. When would you say was like the height of popularity for the NBA overall? Like what kind of era?
Probably 2010.
The 2010. And why would you say that over per se? I don't know the exact time frame, but back when Michael Jordan was big. And,
I'd say probably 2000 actually. Probably 2000, 2010. Okay. Because of the players. You had Kobe. You had LeBron come in 2003. You had Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Allen Iverson. You just had a lot of good players. So it was, there was a lot of people you could watch. There was a lot of great players you could watch. Mm-hmm. Most of them people are Hall of Fame, RIP to Kobe. But you had Shaq.
Yeah.
You just had very popular and entertaining players to watch. I think the NBA is still popular now, but it's a little bit different.
Okay. And what do you mean by different? Elaborate on that a little bit for me.
You got great players, but a lot of so when you watch wrestling,
yeah,
you got wrestlers, right?
Yeah.
But even if you might think they're great, you know what they are at some point. 2-3 years in, you know what they are. They may never win a Royal Rumble or whatever.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You generally know they're in wrestling. In basketball, it'd be their place on the team, but in wrestling, it'd be their place on the card.
Yeah, you know who they are as a wrestler.
I got you. So you're saying it's kind of the same for basketball. After those couple of years, you know if they're going to be one of the stars or if they're going to be kind of in the middle. They'll be there when they're really needed, quote unquote. Okay, I got you.
But you just don't. I don't know. It's competitive, but right now I kind of feel like there's when we this season when we went in, there was probably 4 teams you said could win the championship.
Okay. And so, okay, so you're saying, so this year being the, what would it technically the 2021 to 2022 season?
I think so.
Okay, so you would say
Or
there was
20
about,
It might be 2022, 2023.
I would say, I don't know how the basketball season runs.
No, it would be the 21, 22.
Okay, so you would say out of that season ending in 22, you'd say there was probably about, from the start, there was probably about 4 teams in the beginning where you're like, yeah, these guys could go all the way.
Yeah.
All right, now how would you compare that to, let's say, like 2005, where you said all these players are coming in and you have all these different teams making these different moves and transitions?
Well,
and,
the thing was you had, and there is a lot of great players in today's NBA, but you just had more. One thing I miss about, and this might, I don't know if this really ties into it, but one thing I miss that like we don't have in basketball today is rivalry. You don't really have rivalry. You don't have like, you have some intense games, but you don't have like those teams where they fucking hate each other. So like, I mean, it's still fun to watch, but it's like, God, if they hated each other, it'd be a lot funner.
so the way you say that makes me want to ask you this question: Is it, do you feel like basketball as a whole now is based more off the players individually according to the teams themselves? And do you feel like that's possibly
Definitely.
okay? And so do you feel like that's possibly why it was more popular then than it, like, not saying it's not as popular now, but why you would say that in your opinion was the peak of their fandom?
It might be.
Because it, all about that team pride, like, you're pulling for your team.
Yeah, it could be.
Not to say like you wouldn't watch the other teams, but like I definitely feel like a lot of that ties into like 9/11, and after that, like we all felt like that strong patriotism and
A lot of community.
Huh?
After 9/11, a lot of community.
Yeah, so I feel like slowly that started to branch out into sports too.
Well, you do have like you have fans of teams. I'm not saying people don't enjoy teams, but a lot of people look, when you're looking at a team, you're like, oh, they got this player. Really.
Yeah.
Like, you're not looking like, oh, they got this good piece, they got this good defensive player. I mean, when you dive deep into it, some people do.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I play basketball and I watch basketball, but like, I wouldn't say I'm like an analyst or like an expert or anything. I can't tell you the fucking 13th man of the bench on Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
But I mean, you mostly look out for players. But a lot of it is now is like you need a superstar to win.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So,
but you gotta have that powerhouse no matter what field it is.
Yeah.
Whether it's long shots or short, like.
But now NFL is more team oriented.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot more to win a Super Bowl.
Do you feel post COVID like the NFL has definitely lost some of what it used to be?
I love watching
NFL. So you don't think that COVID affected the NFL at all, aside from the time that obviously the time they had to take off, that affected players.
I mean a little bit, but like I think it affected everything. I think it affected basketball because it's a lot different when you don't have fans there.
Yeah,
and that was for every sport.
Or now, especially as many.
Like, do you think a wrestling event would even be worth it if they didn't have fans?
See, I'm glad you brought that up because it was really weird watching wrestling. But at the same time, I guess it also depends on, and I guess you could look into sports as the same way. I guess it depends on how you watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because for me personally, and a lot of people, when they find out I'm a wrestling fan, I get shit for it because, wrestling is, it's choreographed and whatnot, and, they communicate.
Well, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I found out, like, a lot of people love it. Like, Pat McAfee, like, he did fucking WrestleMania.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and he did a damn good job, too.
I didn't watch it, but, yeah, I know he did it.
Yeah, he did a damn good job. He had a match against Austin Theory and then a short little impromptu match against Vince McMahon himself. And it was very entertaining. But I think...
I didn't realize, like, I knew, like, when we were growing up, I used to love it. I used to watch it growing up, and I knew it was very popular. But I didn't realize how popular it still is.
Yeah, it really is. And, that's one thing is Branson out, like, what actually it brings up to today. Actually, today made me truly realize how popular wrestling still is. Yesterday at noon, or a couple months ago, they announced about a month ago now, not a couple months, about a month ago, they announced Ric Flair's last match.
Yeah,
and they made the big announcement that Ric Flair is going to get in the ring one last time and have one last wrestling match.
Yeah, I saw that you tweeted it.
Yeah, well, tickets went on sale yesterday. Tickets are now sold out. Less than 24 hours. Now, keep in mind, I mean, Ric Flair, he's up there in age. I don't remember exactly how old it is, but tickets are already sold out. They tweeted earlier to confirm. But yeah, tickets are sold out, and it's insane, man. It's really cool though, as a fan, and I mean, and I'm sure anybody would feel like that, and a fan of any sport, as a fan, to see your sport come back to life after the pandemic and still be able to survive and make it through those tough times. I mean, that's always good to see.
Yeah. Speaking of Twitter, I made a Twitter for the podcast. So if you listen to this, go follow the podcast at Terrible INF Pod on Twitter. I'm gonna try to be more active on all of my social media, but yeah, shout out to Twitter, man. Shout out to Twitter. I know it's very toxic, so I understand if everybody doesn't have a Twitter, because Twitter is probably, I mean, it's not a real fucking place, so it really doesn't matter, but it's probably the most toxic shit on the earth.
Yeah, you got to be able to, if you're going to post on Twitter, at least, you got to be able to take a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
man. Bro, you know what I realized with NFL and like Super Bowls and NBA championships, and maybe with WWE, you can tell me this, but I noticed when people win, there's always an excuse why they won. They weren't the better team. They didn't have the better players, but this player was injured. That's why they won. This dude got ejected. That's why they won. If this player was playing, they would have won. If this player didn't drop 5 points, they would have won.
I mean,
I see a lot of that shit.
When it comes to wrestling, there's a few exceptions where they get beat what's called clean in the ring. And that's, where they take a finish and they 1, 2, 3, shoulders down, no ifs, ands, or but, they lost the match. But, oh, yeah, especially nowadays, because, I mean, this is where wrestling differs from any other sports, is wrestling, aside from the athleticism and putting the matches together, like, it is a lot of storytelling.
Yeah.
And so so for a lot of times, if you're going to have that same person fight the same person over and over, you have to, have a way to continue it aside from just, oh, I beat you. Whether it be in wrestling, whether it be a roll-up and you're grabbing somebody by the tights, which is technically illegal, and, you're winning by a sneak victory like that, or somebody's got their foot on the ropes, ref didn't see it, or somebody kicks out right at 3.
Yeah.
And so it's debatable. But, yeah, they're a lot of, I wouldn't say every time, but a lot of times there is that wrestling too, that, oh, I could have won if it wasn't for this, or there's the outside interference, angles, and it's, I could have won if this person wouldn't have gotten interfered, or this person had it until this person interfered. And
I just see that a lot, and it's like, there's no way every championship, there's a lot of luck that goes into winning a championship.
Oh yeah, I feel, honestly, and this may be unpopular opinion, but I feel like it's about 75% skill and about 25% luck. Because it does take a lot of skill to go through every single game and be on your best and, make the right plays and make the right calls when you make them. But, yes, you are right. I do feel like there is some luck in part of that, of you called that play when they called that play. Because obviously you don't know what play they're calling. Yeah. Unless it's rigged. I mean, but
don't start that shit. I got too many people that say every sport. People were saying the Super Bowl was rigged. Do you think the Super Bowl was rigged?
Who played in the Super Bowl?
The Bengals and Rams. Did you even watch the Super Bowl?
I think I watched some of it for the commercials, but I haven't watched.
I will say it wasn't. I didn't think it was rigged, but it was very poorly officiated. Like, there was a touchdown from T. Higgins. There was a touchdown from him, and he literally fucking yanked Jalen Ramsey down by the face mask. They didn't call it. It was like a 75-yard TD. Yeah. But then there was a supposable holding call on the game-winning touchdown by the Rams, and they didn't call it, and it was a touchdown, and they won the Super Bowl. So, I mean, you want to say it, but, like, they got theirs back.
Yeah.
The Rams got theirs back. But I don't know. I don't think a lot. I think sporting bits can be rigged. I definitely do think there has been some that have rigged. There's been proven that there's been some rigged.
Oh, yeah.
But
the question is just if we've caught them all or not. I think that's the big question, honestly. Yeah. I don't think it's not a question if some of them are rigged or not. I think, of course, some of them are rigged. I think, of course, some of them are played fairly. But I think the bigger question is, how many have gotten away with them just because, like you said, it's been one call or so. Or, one player taken out and, oh, shit, that was my fuck up. When all in all, and I guess when it comes to that, we don't know unless you know that person. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. See, officiating's a tough call, man, because that's especially when it's something like the Super Bowl, because there's a lot riding on that, and depending, like you said, I mean, you're always going to have those people that are like, man, bullshit. Yeah.
But so I wanted to go into. I had a question. Oh, bro, I was thinking about like our childhood, and dog, that shit used to be so much fun.
What part of it? Just, I mean,
like
all of it, because it was a blast.
You remember when I hated it when I was a kid, but looking back on it now, it was probably one of the best summers of my life. You remember when it was me, you, and Mama. We used to go over to Richards every day.
Oh yeah,
for summer. Yeah, because Mama had to go to work.
Yeah, we had the woods. Bro, we had the
I learned so much shit over there. That was crazy.
It was a blast, though, man. It was a blast. And that was the first time I got caught stealing. You remember when Dad caught me stealing? No. So right by the trailer park, it was funny as shit. So listen, dude, when I tell you this story, it's gonna make you crack up even more because you'd be like, "Really? That's what you fucking stole?"
You probably stole like a cigarette or something, dog.
So when we were probably like 9, 10, maybe 11 years old. I want to say still elementary school.
Yeah.
But right by the trailer park, within walking distance, there was this little Mexican store. And it was just like a little convenience store or whatever. And we used to walk over there all the time.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I don't know why, but like I stole one thing and one thing only, and we stole Snickers bars.
Yes, bro.
I don't know why, but that's what we stole.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so one day we asked our dad, we're like, hey, can we have a couple bucks and walk over to the store? And he was like, yeah. So we walked over to the store. He gave us like, I think $2 a piece. He gave us enough for like a snack.
You had money?
Yeah. Because that was the original thing why we went over there. But at this point, it was like habit. It was like,
oh my God.
Because like we always had money. And I guess that was how we got away with it for so long, was because like we go in, like we get like our drink and like a candy bar and like stick one in our pocket and then pay for it.
Yeah.
So then we'd walk out with like 2 or 3 candy bars and then a drink. And so
I've stole a Snickers bar from there because I remember this shit.
And so we did that one time, and I don't remember how exactly. I think the way we got caught was because I didn't eat any of the Snickers until we got back to the house. So we were just sitting there casually, and I was just like eating Snickers after Snickers, and all of a sudden my dad looked over and he was like, how the hell did you get so many Snickers bars? And I was like, at the store? And he's like, but I only gave you such and such money. And I was like,
why don't you just tell me, like, buy one, get one free, bro?
Because I was fucking young. Like, now if I did something like that now, obviously, I mean, I'd never fucking steal now, but
I was a dumbass, bro. The first time I ever got caught stealing was at the jockey.
I remember that. That was funny.
Bro. The first time I ever got caught jockey line. This woman was selling bracelets. They were like 25 cents. Like they kind of made it like a big deal. But it wasn't that serious.
I think it's funny, like when kids get caught stealing, they get caught stealing the dumbest, the littlest things ever.
Well, bro, here's the thing. So I grab one of these bracelets, and just act like a normal customer.
Yeah.
I grab one of these bracelets, and dog, I don't know why. But these shorts had no pockets, dog. I'm the worst thief ever. Who the fuck steals shit with no pockets?
That's not very forward thinking.
So, dog, I tucked it in my waistband. I was like, yeah. Julie, finesse. I got that shit.
In the waistband.
So then, I walk off. I feel somebody tap me on the back. Fuck. This bitch was right behind me. She followed me. And then I turned around, and she was like, did you steal one of my bracelets? I was like, no. Bro, that shit fell out of my waistband. On my feet.
That's not mine.
On my feet. Oh, I got took to the office. They're like, you know what we can do with you? I was crying and shit. I was like, and then now I look back on it, that shit's hilarious. But
I don't remember where I was that day.
That shit was like 25 cents. Like they made it like crazy, like a big deal.
So funny though.
It's fucking hilarious. But the trailer park was the first time I ever saw porn, man.
Really? No, we're not getting into this.
We can get into it a little bit. Well,
Anyways.
well, my little sister's here. Maybe another day.
Anyways, yeah, you know, got me all fucked up.
I remember that we found a fucking like half pack. You remember that abandoned trailer we used to go play cards in?
Yeah, I remember the abandoned
There was
trailer.
the trailer park that we were in. Dog, like there was an abandoned trailer there, and there was like, what was that? What is that shit? Where it's like one of the big wooden things where they like roll the wire up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the spools, the big wooden spools.
Yeah, the big wooden spoils. They for some reason there was one in there. I fucking no clue why.
Yeah.
And we used to go in there and we grab chairs and head over there, and then we'd sit there and play cards or something. I remember one time we found a pack of cigarettes in the woods behind that house. It was like half open.
Do you remember the creek? We had so much fun down the creek.
Do you remember that? Oh, bro. Do you remember that fucking snake? When we threw the fucking machete at it?
Yeah, we did throw the machete at the snake.
And we were running back. What were we doing? We were coming back from the creek, and it was blue. It was a blue snake. I remember it. It was a blue snake, and we're running back from the creek, and Richard sees it, and fucking, we had a machete, and this motherfucker chucked it at the snake. I don't know if he hit it or not.
I don't think we did. Probably not.
Probably not.
We were kids.
Yeah, but
We did not have dead eye accuracy at that age.
And you remember the fort we used to have and the bamboo?
Yeah, I remember all that. And we hauled the fucking couch all the way back there.
Oh, Jesus, fuck!
That shit was crazy. We had the couch back there and everything.
Yeah,
that was wild, man. Because we moved out there because we had the one clubhouse out in the woods.
Yeah,
and there was
some
some like crackhead out there. Well, there was some crackhead out there that caught it on fire. Remember?
No.
Yeah, and like the whole fucking woods caught on fire and shit. Like the fire department came out there and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And we went and checked it out after the fact, and we went there after the fact. That's where we had the actual tree house. Like we were building the actual tree house. Yeah. And when we went back over there after the fire, all the leaves and shit and everything were burnt, so you could see all back in there. We're like, well, this is a terrible clubhouse now.
Bro, I remember.
Well, this is never gonna work. They'll find us right away.
I remember our aunt used to come out there with that fucking loud ass whistle. You could hear that shit all the way to the fucking back.
I never could figure out how she did it too. All I know is she put she take her pinkies and she put one on each side of her mouth and she would just blow.
And you could hear that bitch from fucking Anderson.
That was so loud.
And then bro, I remember at Richards, he used to have that PlayStation and they had a Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand how memory worked at the time. So I used to erase that bitch every time, dog.
I know. You used to get in trouble and not in trouble at the same time, like almost every day because you would do it.
I know.
And it was insane.
I didn't understand how it worked.
I know. It was hilarious. You were young, man. You were probably you were older than... I had to have been like 4th, 5th grade at that point. Because I want to say you were closer.
I was probably like 5, 6.
I want to say you were in between Raylene and Jackson. I want to say you were like between 6 and 8. Like somewhere in there. You were old enough to understand like how to play video games at that point, but you still didn't really know what the fuck you were doing.
Yeah, like the memory cards and shit, bro. I used to wipe them bitches every time. If it said I wanted to save a new game, I just save it over whatever was there.
Are you sure you're about to overwrite your old game? I said yes. But you see me say yes, bitch. I said save.
But yeah, bro, I was thinking about our childhood. That shit used to be crazy, bro. We used to do dumb shit too. You remember, bro? Do you remember that fucking thing we built to get on top of the trampoline? And we built like this like little like it wasn't even like a step stool. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was like a box, and for some reason, me and JJ just didn't think it was sturdy enough. We probably put like 5,000 nails in this motherfucker.
A lot of nails in there.
And one day I fall off, shreds my fucking leg up. You can see the meat coming out. Yeah. And Mama was like, I swear to God, she said this. She was like, yeah, just rub some Neosporin on it and take a shower. I needed stitches, bro.
So speaking of childhood and nostalgia and all that, have you ever rewatched a movie like here recently, or not even here recently, but like now that you're older, you're like, oh, I used to love this movie when I was a kid, and then you turn it on and you're like, oh God, this thing fucking sucks.
Hey, some of them, yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, the old like Disney animations, like for the time, like Hercules, that shit was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not, and some of the stuff was good for its time. Some of the stuff was just absolutely
Some of that shit
cringe.
was garbage.
Like, okay, so like this is a big example. So I rewatched the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
Oh god, the one with
The other day.
Dr. Ooze.
Yes, with Ivan Ooze.
Oh my
and
god, that
all
was such a good movie though. That was such a
And
banger.
I remember when I was a kid, I was like, this movie was awesome, such a good movie.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
every single part. And I rewatched it recently. And I kid you not, I talked shit for like the entire hour and a half. And I was like, it still holds up in some parts, like, because you have that nostalgia feeling. But at the same time, you're just like, God, between the awful CGI and what obviously looks like, people playing with toys on a table, it's
Bro,
like,
I used to have nightmares of that motherfucker.
because he was creepy, man.
He was creepy as fuck. He's like a pedophile. I don't
They
know. I don't know why, but he reminded me of a pedophile.
Because I mean, he was weird. He was just, he had purple. He had a twisted fucking goatee shit.
Yeah, bro. That shit was just mad weird. But damn, bro, I can't believe you brought that movie up. I remember that shit. I looked that shit up the other day, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like, what is that fucking movie?
So that's what I do now. I pick one day a week, and I go find an old, purposely shitty movie, just because it's that much more fun, and I just kind of talk shit about it for an hour and a half. Normally, my girlfriend Savannah will sit with me, but every once in a while, I'll have somebody else sit with me, and that's what we'll do. Like, we'll just sit around and we'll either drink or we'll just sit here and we'll talk shit about. And normally, it always ends up being a movie for me like the late '90s or the early 2000s, because it seems like that's when CGI first came onto the scene.
Yeah,
and they really like stopped relying so much on practical effects. So like, there's a lot more CGI, and some of it you just look back and it's like, oh fuck.
gave me a great idea.
What's that?
We should do like a couples podcast and like ask questions.
What's that show called? There's a show.
I don't know.
There's a show like that. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a show literally just like that.
Yeah,
And like they have couples on it compete.
I don't know. We should we might have to set that up one day, man.
That'd be funny. We get them to pick a rom com. We just sit here and talk shit about a rom com for an hour and a half.
I'm not doing that. Yeah. Sorry, we're not gay, pal.
Not gay. Don't bully me.
Oh, bro, I saw a video. This is the wildest shit ever. And you're a parent, so I want to know your thoughts. I know you don't. I wouldn't say that you don't. But anyways, I saw a video, and I'm not even gonna try to fucking name out this motherfucker's pronouns. I have no clue. It was like some crazy shit. It was like queer, babe, dad, trans. I don't know. It was, I don't know. But he was talking about putting his kid. First of all, he had a GoFundMe for the shit. He wasn't even paying for it. This dude was trying to get his kid to take puberty like silencers, like where it stops puberty.
Yeah, suppressors.
Yeah, suppressors. That shit's wild.
Oh, I don't agree with that. That's you gotta let a kid grow.
How I see it is, dog. Like if my kid grows up, like let's just say me and my girlfriend have a boy. If my
grow up, have a guy. He comes out 5'9", hat backwards.
But if me and my girlfriend have a boy, if they feel like a girl inside, okay, whatever. I'll still love them, but you can wait till you're 18. Because then, if you wait till you're 18 and you change your name and you go get the surgery, then I know you're for real. But if you're 6 years old, tell me, hey, daddy, I feel like a girl inside. I'm gonna be like, all right, dog, go play fucking baseball or something. Go outside.
Well, no, I think a lot of the biggest thing that people are overlooking when it comes to this whole topic is the health aspect of it.
Yeah.
You cannot, like, well, I mean, you can. They've proven that it can be done, but you should not, like, physically alter a body like that until they are done growing. And if you want to get technical, for males, the age is like 25, and for women, it's 21.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that is because then if you do that, like, that starts messing with life expectancy, and that can give you more problems than less. That can, like, stunt your growth. It can imbalance your hormones altogether. Like,
yeah. And people get mad about it, but like actual doctors have like came out and like neurologists have came out with this study and been like, "Yo, that's not a good idea. Like, y'all probably shouldn't do it."
Oh, I mean,
And people
it's
get
not-
mad about it, but it's like,
I mean, you can get mad all you want, but it's not when doctors come out and say that shit. It's not their opinion. Well, I mean, it is, but it's their medical opinion. Like, it's based off of what they know about the human body and how we react to certain things and certain changes.
yeah, I don't know, dog. I just find it
Like, I'm sorry, and believe me, I'm all for trans rights and all that. I think you do whatever you want to be. I'm not going to stand in your way in any way, shape, or form. All I'm asking is that number one, make sure it's a choice that you're serious about making, because that's a commitment. That's a life commitment.
Yeah, that's a life changing.
It's not a cheap procedure. And number two, I mean, yeah, you need to look at the health aspects of it, because I mean, what is your body going to do if it's only used to funneling testosterone, and now all of a sudden it's pumping estrogen? Like, we're not used to that shit, and I don't know.
The world is a crazy place right now.
Huh? It really is, man.
There's a lot of shit going on.
There's so much shit going on, and on the flip side of it, Top Gun Maverick is released.
You know, the last time the Warriors and the Celtics played in the finals, the first Top Gun came out,
Really? Yeah. That's pretty
and the Celtics won the championship. Baby.
You know what year that was?
I don't even remember what, like 89? I think that's what it said. But yeah, but I was thinking about it, bro. It's like Dave. I love Dave Chappelle. That's like one of my favorite comedians. He had a special, and he was talking about, you know, he was old enough to remember when the space shuttle blew up, and he was talking about it. And it's like for our generation, and I kind of feel this because like I'm part of this generation. It's like every day the fucking space shuttle blows up. It's hard to care. I mean, you want to feel bad and you want to send your condolences, but it's hard to care, bro, because you see it every fucking day. You see a school get shot up every day. Maybe not a school or a mass shooting. You see the shit every day. So it's like, you know, you want to feel bad for one shooting, but then fucking Buffalo happens. And then Texas happens. It's like, what more can I do?
I don't even have time to properly grieve over one before the next one comes.
Yeah, and it's like, the fucking, it's hard to care. It really is. Just like when we were out in Vegas, you know, all them homeless people and stuff. And it's like, you want to feel bad for them. But then again, it's like, there's just so many fucking people. It's hard to care for everybody. And it's just, I don't understand where we go from here. I really don't. I mean, I do think we can move forward and, you know, be better, but I don't. How? Who's got the fucking solution?
The Illuminati. The Pentaverate, Illuminati, Lizard Society,
Lizard Society, Assassin's Creed.
The ones who blink sideways.
You know what?
Yeah, have you ever heard about that conspiracy theory?
What, lizard people?
Yeah, the big conspiracy theory that
I know, like
the
people
Earth's
say like
top figures are actually lizards and they blink
no,
sideways.
I haven't. Or yeah, I have heard about it. I don't really look into it. But do you think
wild?
do you think that there's people like over the president?
What do you mean, like over Biden?
Like power? Do you think there's like a power or a group of people over the president that actually calls the shots? That can maybe be worldwide. It may not just be an America thing.
I definitely think there is.
Do you think there's motherfuckers that pull the strings?
Yes, to an extent. And I say that because of the breakdown of companies economically. And what I mean by that is when you look at, like, when you see Paramount's a good example. When you see Paramount, a Viacom company, okay? So Paramount is not independently owned.
Yeah.
Paramount is owned by Viacom. Okay, but then there's another question. Is Viacom independently owned? Yeah. Is it, though?
I don't know.
That's what I mean. And then you start doing your research, and like I said, I'm not going to sit here and throw shots because I can't sit here and tell you everything in the company. But from what I have seen in my research, and I don't remember the exact name, but it all goes back to it's literally like 5 or 6 companies that literally own everything in the world.
Yeah, which is crazy.
So
Who bought Disney?
I definitely think
Who owns Disney? Or is Disney independent?
I don't know. I mean, they're under the Walt Disney umbrella, but I don't know as far as if they're a subsidiary of somebody else or if they are.
Oh, not who bought Disney. Disney bought a streaming platform not too long ago, right? I swear they did.
Not to my knowledge.
I swear
I
they
may
did.
be wrong, but I mean, not to my knowledge.
I don't remember. I really don't. Do they own Netflix or did they buy Netflix?
That I'm aware of.
I don't know. I swear they bought like a big streaming company like a couple of years ago.
And Netflix is adding commercials.
Yeah, they got to do better. That's fucked up.
Well, they're doing it to try to. I mean, keep their profits.
Yeah,
up.
go suck a dick. I don't want. I bought Netflix, so I didn't have to watch commercials.
Yeah, but that's going back to the business aspect of it. You got to look at that. Like, they only have certain contracts with certain people, and now before it was easy because there was just Netflix.
Yeah.
Now you have Hulu. You got now because all these other places.
I still think Netflix is like top tier though.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying now that you have all these other streaming platforms and all these other companies that are opening up their own streaming platforms, like a lot of the CBS stuff and MTV and Nickelodeon stuff all goes through Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
So I mean things like that. So now you have these, so you're losing that stuff, that potential to go to Netflix.
Yeah, but the thing about Netflix, like I think Hulu has it too, but the Netflix, like some of the Netflix like produced shows are like super good.
Oh, they really are.
Like Stranger Things.
I'm ready.
4 just dropped.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be watching it for like 2 weeks. Because I'll be honest, I want to binge the whole thing in one day.
That's valid. But like
so
Stranger Things.
I'll have my kids, so I'm waiting for a weekend when I don't have my kids, so I can wake up early on a Saturday. I'm gonna watch the finale of season 3 and then all of season 4, all in one day.
But
that's the only thing I'm waiting on. And I mean, I may do it one day this week if I end up getting off of work and having the free time.
But like I know like Paramount Plus is doing like their own movies now, I think.
Oh yeah.
They got their own movies.
And not only that, because they're Paramount, like Jackass Forever came out in theaters. So when it hit the streaming platforms, the first platform was always Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Now with Jackass movies, they always release a 0.5, which is the deleted scenes, the behind the scenes. Jackass 4.5, which is the 0.5 to Forever, is already out.
Yeah,
and it's on Paramount Plus.
I hope they release. Is Paramount Marvel? Like, you think they'll release the new Doctor Strange on there?
No, that's Disney, and it comes out I think during the summer.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I think I'll just wait until it comes out on the streaming. I really do.
I fell asleep during Eternal.
Batman is already on the streaming platform.
Yeah, it's on HBO. I need to do that too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I might rewatch it.
This is the one thing.
It was so good. Bro.
This is the one thing I hate about entertainment in general. You ever notice how like it's a big ups and downs? Like when shit comes out, it seems like everything fucking comes out at once.
Yeah.
And for people like me and you who are big into like these vast expanses of TV and different shows and things like that, all these fucking seasons come out at once, and it's like, God damn, like I gotta watch this, and I gotta watch this, and I gotta watch this, and then you stumble across something old, and you're like, oh shit, this.
Did you ever watch Narcos?
I did when it like first came out. But I don't really.
That shit was so
it was really good, but I don't really remember that much of it.
Yeah, that shit was so good. But like
right now, I'm watching watching the reboot of Planet of the Apes.
We haven't watched the show since Peaky Blinders. Like we haven't actually sat down and watched the show since Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
I mean we're about to watch Stranger Things, but other than that,
the last show,
like Peyton watch her little shows. I usually just watch YouTube.
I think the last show that I sat down and watched was Peacemaker. It's the superhero one with John Cena.
Oh yeah,
from Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
It was really good. I enjoyed that thoroughly. But bringing it up, one of my favorite anti-heroes. Who's one of your favorite anti-heroes? Just in general, it doesn't even have to
villain.
It doesn't. No, anti-hero. So like somebody who's a good bad guy or a bad good guy.
I want to say Deadpool though. Like that's super generic. Everybody says
You know who one of mine is? Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I thought you were talking about like movies,
Anything, man. Another one is
like
another
a bad guy that you root for.
yeah, pretty much. You know who's I'll give you one in football.
Yeah, tell me and out. Let me.
I'll give you a football one. You want to know one of my favorite anti-heroes in football? Just because he can be such an asshole sometimes, but like he's such a good player.
Who?
He's that he plays for the Seahawks. He runs his mouth all the time. He was I think a lineman or something like that.
Cam Chancellor,
No,
Bobby Wagner,
no. I don't know if he still plays for the Seahawks.
Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love Sherman. Just his attitude,
I love me some good shit talk, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Things like that.
I love me some good shit talking.
Anti-heroes in general. It doesn't have to be comic book or movies or even TV. Like, it can be real life.
Probably.
Like,
I'm trying.
I'll give you another one. You want to know another very popular anti-hero? Donald Trump. I feel like Donald Trump is almost like a very good definition of an anti-hero because he's done like he will say some of the most off the wall and crazy shit, but in the end, I feel like he's doing all his crazy shit for the right reasons. When he, like, and I'm referring to his presidency, I feel like he did all his crazy shit for the right reasons. And when it comes to his business, I feel like he does what he needs to do to make his money. So it's just
I'm trying to think, bro. I can't think of like somebody that people hate.
The Mask. The Mask is another good anti-hero by Jim Carrey.
But I can't think of like people that people hate. But like
Ellen DeGeneres.
when she was a bitch.
She was so nice on TV. I went live. I sat in the 32nd row, and I got a gift bag with a sticker. And she didn't even acknowledge me. It was a dream come true.
I'm trying to think, bro. I'm trying to think of like basketball players or like actors.
Oh, there was one. Dennis Rodman, dude. Dennis Rodman was a good anti-hero. He wrestled too. You know that?
Dennis Rodman is a gangster.
He played. He played in the NBA and he wrestled.
Hey, if I ever get a chance, I'd love to have that motherfucker on the podcast.
Isn't that crazy that I think about that?
Yeah,
I knew
he wrestled.
He was at WCW with Hulk Hogan and all that. That shit's crazy. Gronk wrestled.
You gotta give me a second. I'm trying to think. God
Brady.
damn it! You just keep talking.
Sorry, I didn't think you wanted just dead air. All right, everybody, we're gonna take a moment of silence for Matthew.
Just give me like 10 seconds.
Function.
Just give me like 10 seconds.
I'm gonna go back and put this out.
No, I'm just gonna stay right here. Would Will Smith be an anti-hero? Because like that motherfucker is some fire.
No, I don't think so. What else has he done aside from
Pussy.
Tim Allen?
He's been pussy with.
Tim Allen, he got caught for selling cocaine, smuggling cocaine,
I don't know.
and then he became the Santa Claus.
You know who is a good one though? Mark Wahlberg.
What do you mean? It's like somebody turned their life around.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg's a good one.
Apparently he used to do some wild shit, bro.
Robert Downey Jr. is a good one. Dude, major respect for Robert Downey Jr. Have you ever heard his story?
I've heard a little bit of it. Like he used to do like drugs and shit.
Dude, he used to
Like
apparently he used to
his
be
father used to
bad
make
off.
him like do drugs or something.
I don't know all about that, but I know when it came to like his Hollywood life, once he got older, before Iron Man
Johnny
was
Depp?
his saving grace. Yeah.
Johnny Depp right now, hey, that motherfucker is about to beat that motherfucker is doing the dash. He's about to beat the trial. He's got to get.
Oh yeah.
Amber Heard is going to file bankrupt after this shit because I know that bitch does not have $50 million.
Do you hear where she brought her dog up, like just randomly in the fucking trial?
No, but I saw all the shit evidence she had.
She was
That is
like,
the worst fucking liar ever.
They're like, what's wrong? My dog stepped on the bee.
What the fuck?
Objection. Relevance.
And her lawyers need to be fucking. They need to be jobless because they suck too.
Did you see the
Granted,
clip? Did you see the clip where they asked Johnny Depp a question and then they objected to their own question?
Yeah,
That shit was wild.
that shit was crazy.
There's like objection,
like,
objection, Your Honor. You asked the question.
Here's my
withdraw.
question: Do you think that Amber Heard's lawyers are bad, or the shit that she gave them was bad? And they sat there and like, this bitch is lying. I don't know what we're about to do.
I don't know. That's a hard one. I mean, I guess the best way to determine that is you'd have to look back into the lawyer's history.
Yeah.
From the outside looking in,
They look like shitty lawyers to me.
from the outside looking in, honestly, I would assume that they're going with what Amber Heard gave them.
Yeah.
Because as a lawyer, I mean, you're not going to purposely go out there and do a shitty job. You're going to do everything you can to win that title. They can't help that they got handed a plate full of shit and was like, what the fuck you want me to do with this? Like,
Yeah.
your
So
dog stepped on a bee. I don't get that has nothing to do with anything.
So I think from outside looking in, it looks like they're shitty lawyers. But then I thought about it. I was like, maybe they're just in a really shitty situation.
Oh yeah, and that could definitely be the case. I mean, they're just caught between a rock and a hard place, and they have to do what they can to try to justify, and it makes them look stupid because of the logic they have to do, and that's not their fault. Like I said, because I honestly, when it comes to all of it, I honestly believe that Amber Heard's full of shit. I think that this is more or less like all of her shit from the beginning against Johnny Depp.
She fucked herself.
Was bullshit.
She fucked herself.
And I think what it pretty much came down to was, yeah, she fucked herself because she spread all the shit, and then Johnny Depp wasn't going to stand for it, took her to court for defamation, and when she got lawyers, the lawyers were like, oh, fuck, we'll do what we can.
Yeah.
But I would find, unless that lawyer straight up lied to her, I would find it very hard-pressed to believe that those lawyers truthfully looked her in the face and said, we have a chance of winning this one, Amber.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I bet it was probably something more along the lines of, hey, Amber, it's going to be a tough uphill battle, but I think we can make it work for X amount of dollars.
what do you think the next big social media app will be? Like, what do you think it'll be? Because we got Instagram where we post pictures and shit. Metaverse. You think it'll do something with the metaverse?
Yeah. And I say that just because
But how do you make a social media app?
the way they make social media metaverse now? You log in, and I mean, it pretty much be like walking through Facebook. Like if your house was Facebook.
That would be crazy. Seeing motherfuckers post their blogs and nobody gives a fuck outside their door.
That'd be funny as shit, though. Could you imagine, you're sitting there on Facebook, you're looking on Facebook, and you're looking around all your memes, and it's like you just see one post all the way over there off by itself. And it's like, what the fuck's that? You walk over there, it's like, no. It's like, oh, nope, not even fucking doing that.
It's just a post. It's like, God, this fucking country sucks. It's like, okay, buddy. But I don't know, bro. We got TikTok, which is like Vine. We had Vine, and now we got TikTok.
Yeah.
And then we have Instagram, where we post pictures with little captions. You get your comments, likes, and shit. And then we got Facebook and Twitter. What else do we really need
to put it all together? That's honestly the only thing I can think of is somebody came up with a social. I actually make this.
But Instagram
you
is
ever
just
watch The Office.
No, and I'm gonna say this right now while we're on the subject. The Office is one of the most overrated fucking shows ever.
Hold on,
I'm dead ass.
Why? Why do you think
it's just not funny? It's not funny.
Now, why do you think it's not funny? Is that because humor's subjective and it's not your style, or do you just?
I just don't think it's my style, but I just don't think it's funny.
But have you ever worked in an office or had that kind of quasi-closed setting?
No, and if I
where
did,
you deal with those antics and shenanigans?
No, have you?
Yeah.
When?
I worked at a call center.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did that. Why
Yeah.
did you work at a call center?
Make that money, baby.
How much did you get paid there?
Oh, dude, I was making bank. I brought home almost $1,200 a week.
Well, I'm gonna be real. If my job now doesn't work out, I'm gonna start scamming or something because clearly I'm just not meant for the workforce.
But the reason why
credit card scamming, baby.
The reason why I left was because I almost got fired because I kept falling asleep on the job. Because they'd book me for these crazy hours, and then I'd have I'd have 30, 45 minutes of dead time where I'm just sitting there with a headset on, waiting for somebody to call.
Yeah.
And
That kinda suck.
I can't have my phone out or anything like that, so I can't play on my phone or listen to anything to keep me occupied.
Yeah.
They don't allow any of that on the floor, so I'm just sitting there, staring at the screen and sitting there waiting. And that's why you fall asleep or you end up cutting up with the people around you and playing pranks. Maybe you bring a Swiss Army knife to work and you loosen a couple bolts of someone's chair and they roll backwards and chair falls apart.
I've never, but no, The Office to me, The Office and Friends, most overrated shows of all time.
Those are two of my favorite sitcoms.
They're super overrated.
So, what's your favorite sitcom?
I like that '70s show.
Okay, technically a pretty sitcom.
I don't watch a lot of sitcoms. I like Fresh Prince.
Now, why don't you like Friends? Why? Then? You don't think you don't think that whole scene's funny? Ross on the couch.
I don't know what scene you're talking about.
How much of Friends have you watched?
Not a lot. Probably like 5 episodes.
How much of The Office have you watched?
Probably about the same thing. Like 5 episodes.
Do a fucking mic drop and walk off right here. Jesus. Right. What about Parks and Rec? How you feel about Parks and Rec?
I don't think I've ever watched it.
What the fuck?
Probably not funny though. Payne thinks Jamie Foxx is unfunny.
In what role?
Any role. She thinks
Foxx?
as Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx is Jamie Foxx.
That's what I'd say. As Jamie Foxx, she said he is quote unquote short and unfunny.
I've never seen his. He did a good job in Spider-Man, but I haven't seen the Amazing Spider-Man. So
He's great on podcasts. He's great on podcasts.
Oh, yeah,
like really fucking good. Very entertaining.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He was also in Django Unchained.
I know that. What the fuck? You said that like I didn't know that. He was very good in Django.
Yeah, he did a good job in that. So I mean, he's a good actor.
I forgot to tell you, bro. I forgot to tell you, but you said Django. Bro, we'll be playing COD, and it'll be like me, he, and Ray, and Ray will say something, and he will be like, "Shut the fuck up, Django." That shit would be so fucked up. And like when they say like some like wild shit or like out of pocket shit, I try so hard not to laugh because they get on my ass. They're like, "Oh, so you think that's funny?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Nah, dog. This shit. I mean, it was funny, but like,
you know what? You know what my favorite part of the movie is? My favorite part of Django is like makes me laugh every time.
What?
All right. So for those of you listening to this and watching this, if you haven't seen this, you need to go look this up because it is an absolutely hilarious scene in Django. But it's the scene where the KKK ambushes Django and the guy.
Oh, and they're talking
about the hood, yes. And they're like, I can't see shit out this fucking thing. And he's like, let's all admit the hoods were a good idea. Okay, but maybe they were done a little poorly. And then like the one guy gets pissed off. He's like, that's it. Don't ask me and mine's for nothing. He storms off.
Do you know you can apply for the and the only reason I know this, the only reason I was on TikTok and some dude they were talking about playing a prank. It was like one of them Reddit posts, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they were like, "What's the best practical joke you've ever done?" And apparently, some dude got an application for the KKK and applied their buddy for it, and that shit is hilarious. Do you know the gift? Do you know the gift basket story from like Gabriel?
Yeah, the racist gift basket.
Yeah, that shit. I thought about doing that. It should be hilarious.
Maybe it's just me, but like I heard that when I first heard that story. Like, yeah, I laughed my ass off. The more I thought about it, I was like, all in all, that sounds like a pretty good gift basket.
I don't know what they'd give white people. What's some white stereotypes? What about we don't season our food? That too. Yeah, we have no rhythm. Is that a white person thing?
I think it's a southern white person thing.
I don't know because like I know a lot of black people that love sweet tea. It makes sense. I know a lot of people that love sweet tea. I don't think that's just a white thing. The goddamn whites back at it again. All this goddamn sweet tea everywhere.
Funny. I've never heard a Mexican order sweet tea, but I would absolutely love to.
Ramos has. My buddy Ramos.
I don't mean to step on toes, but I mean like fresh off the boat, fresh off the board.
God damn it.
Like accent.
God damn it.
Because like Ramos was born here, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay then.
But he like speaks Spanish fluently.
Well, no shit. He has Spanish parents. Like, well, I don't want to call him Mexican. I don't know if he's Mexican or not. But I mean, he has Spanish family. Like, of course.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. If
I mean,
I want to say he's like.
I'm referring, but those are people born here. I'm referring to like immigrants. How many immigrants have you heard?
Wait,
ask
the
for a
way
sweet
you
tea?
said it straight off the boat, that's wild.
Well, because Cubans.
That's what?
What am I supposed to say? They fucking swim? No, that's racist. They probably use a boat like everybody else would.
Some Cubans probably did swim.
Well, I'm sure some of them did. That's a long fucking swim. But I'm not going to sit here and label that they all swim when they probably built a boat.
I'm going to have to cut this shit out.
Probably.
Oh no, we might just fucking leave it. Who cares?
Everybody still listening?
My average watch time is only like 16 minutes. Not good. Because we do like an hour and a half.
Maybe you should stop talking about all the depressing shit in the beginning. Then. Everybody listen to like 16, 20 minutes of depressing
God
shit. They're
damn.
like, fuck. I gotta get up here. I gotta
out.
kill myself after this. Fuck. They don't get to this. They don't get to the jokes. All they hear is, yeah, but he died today.
Oh, shit.
But he's gonna die tomorrow.
Do we have any I was listening to a Joey Diaz podcast with Joe Rogan. Joey Diaz is so entertaining. And they were talking about like when he was a kid, and, like, you know, like shit used to be like different. They used to have like he was telling a story about this sex offender, this dude that would like touch kids, and he said they used to run around and be like, God, what was the fuck his name? I don't know. They used to say like this rhyme, and it was funny as fuck. But it made me think of, do you think there's like still priests that do this shit?
Yeah, I think there's still people out there that molest kids.
No, not that. Of course, there's still that. But like I'm saying, like no.
You think people still touch kids?
No, that's
yeah,
not,
the world's
you
fucked
didn't
up,
hear what I
Matthew, more
said.
now than ever.
You didn't hear what I said. I said like you know how like it used to be like a stereotype that priests.
I mean,
you think that's like still a thing?
I'm sure it is. I mean, to some extent, I would like to think it's not as bad as the problem used to be. So they say, but I mean, I don't know.
That's crazy. How many like sex offenders or like murderers do you think you've been into? Like on the street?
I don't even know if I want to think about that, man. Because probably more than what we like want to really know.
But it's just crazy to think like that motherfucker killed a dude and I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
Or like you ever walk past somebody and then you see them on the news like the next day for like I don't know like triple homicide or something.
No, but what is crazy is now that I've been out of school for like a few years now, getting close to being 10 years in a few years.
God damn, you're old.
I have been, well, it's class of 2015.
It's not almost been 10 years.
It's 22. In 3 years, it's 25. In a few years.
I thought you graduated in 16.
2015. Aileen was born in 2015.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, proceed.
What I was saying, you fuck. Yeah.
People that people that you were saying shit about people that you went to school with.
Oh yeah, I've been I'll see people on the news every once in a while.
Does that feel crazy? Like,
it is weird. It's a little surreal to see somebody.
Damn, I went to school with him.
Yeah. Now he's like not doing a damn thing.
Well, the shit that I see a couple people from my grade now on like mug shots or the news or whatever. But
now when I was like probably close to your age, like 19, 20, 21, I did get the jailbirds a lot, and I would see people all the time, and I still do if I get them. I just don't get them as much because we live in a small town, so people really fucking cycling.
well, the saddest shit is seeing people from your high school that like, passed away. Go fuck yourself. But the saddest shit is seeing people from like high school go like pass away. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're still so young. Even you, like you're still so young. So it's like it's very weird knowing. Like we had a girl. I want to say it was like 2 maybe 3 years ago. We had this girl that she got shot, and it was very sad. I knew her. I was actually very good friends with her in 10th grade, my sophomore year. She was a very cool girl, very sweet girl. She actually had a kid. I think she had 2 kids actually. And she ended up getting shot one night. And it was very sad. It was very just thinking back on it. You're like, damn, like maybe you didn't. It's kind of like you grew up with that person. Even like me and her didn't talk much after 10th grade. I don't exactly know what happened, but it's like you kind of grew up with them people. Because even now, like I'm sure if you see people from high school that you didn't talk to, but like y'all knew each other, I'm sure you say what's up and like yo, man, like how's life going and shit like that.
Oh yeah, thankfully I haven't had a lot of people from my grade pass, but a lot of them are doing very well for themselves, and I don't see too many of them now because a lot of them have moved out to a bunch of different places and shit like that, and I'm still living in the same small town. But I mean,
Wicked.
It's always good to see fellow classmates be good for themselves in the long run.
Was there any people? Because I have a lot of people that I graduated with that I feel like. I'm not saying you predicted their future, but like like you got them people like, oh, she's gonna go off to college. Oh, he's gonna go work in the field. Whatever. Yeah. Was there any people that you were surprised that like they didn't take the path that you thought they were? Because there's like some in mind that I graduated with that like they went to school.
Yeah, and I'll speak on it because I don't give a fuck if he wants to hunt me down. I got beef with him anyways. But Devin Stone, we were really good friends in high school. Really smart kid. He had a full scholarship to Clemson, and he got hooked on drugs, fucked it all up.
Why do y'all got beef?
Because I worked with him for a short period of time. He treated me like absolute dog shit. I told him I know my worth as a human being.
You heard that, Devin. He ever catch you on the street, he's spitting on you, bitch.
On sight, motherfucker.
We finishing beef on this podcast. I love name drops.
You ever seen the news clip of Jim Harvey's Boys?
Huh?
So you'll have to watch it. There's a clip where it's these guys talking about like how the Arby's got broken into. He ends it with Jim Harvey's Boys, wheels up, ski skirt. And then it's just the way because he talks in a cadence like this, and he's telling you about what happened. And then he goes into a story about all this bullshit. And he's like, Army boys, wheels up.
What?
It's just so funny.
You know who's funny as fuck? Theo
Vaughn.
You don't know who Theo Vaughn is? Oh my God. He has some of the craziest stories. He told a story about one time there was this dude in his town. I think he grew up in Louisiana.
What's he from? Is he like,
he's a stand-up comedian.
It sounds familiar, but I'd have to see him.
I'll show you after the podcast. But he tells a story about this dude that he was in his town, and he grew up in like a very small town in Louisiana. Yeah. But apparently this motherfucker had no arms, and he used to like beat the shit out of people. And he said like that. I hate
you don't do him justice.
Yeah. But he said that like how he used to fight is he grabbed you. And fucking start beating the shit out of you somehow. I don't know.
Speaking of, while we're on the subject of comedians, who's a comedian? It doesn't have to be one in particular, but name a comedian that you feel is vastly underrated. It doesn't get enough, hype about the true work ethic that goes into being a comedian.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of underground comedians. But one person I will say that I didn't really know about was Joe. Yeah. I didn't really know about him. I knew he was a comedian, but then he's entertaining as fuck. Even like on I've never seen his stand-up comedy, but like I'm sure it's funny as fuck because like on the podcast he be telling some wild stories, bro. But they're entertaining stories.
You know who one of my favorite rising comedians is, just because he went from being nothing on YouTube to being a viral sensation, and now he's touring.
What?
Trevor Wallace.
I know.
Yeah, dude, I love his shit.
Or
he's so
Andrew
funny.
Schultz.
Andrew Schultz.
Is fucking hilarious.
He's really good too.
I want to come on a podcast, like you know how like at the beginning of the podcast he does like the jokes and shit.
Yeah,
I want to do that one time.
I'll be ready, man.
I want to do that one time. Just come on here because I'm spitting some funny ass shit.
Oh, did you
It's
hear
like
the one
off
after
the
Will
wall
Smith?
shit. Yeah.
That
oh my
one,
god,
that was hilarious.
he tore his
laid into
ass
him.
up.
I died. I couldn't breathe, man. I was laughing.
He tore his ass up.
You know another one of my favorite comedians is? He's actually coming to Greenville here soon.
Who?
Bert Kreischer.
He's coming to Greenville.
Yeah, he's coming to Greenville.
Oh, I might have to go see that motherfucker.
Dude, we should go.
When?
Next month, dude.
Oh, I'll go.
You know
I'll
how
go.
much tickets are?
No.
Oh, like $40, $50.
Let's go.
I'm dead serious.
I'd love to go see a comedian, bro. Especially like Bert. Oh my god, he's fucking.
Oh, yeah. And
He's fucking
it's a whole
hilarious.
tour. Like there's gonna be more than just him.
Is it at Bonds Cool?
I think so, yeah.
Or is it like at a club?
No, it's either at Bon Secure or at Floor Field.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Because it's a whole tour that he's doing.
Let's fucking go.
And then another one of my favorite
Rod Wade
comedians.
comes to Greenville in June.
Is he gonna be getting out?
Who?
Or did he already get out?
Yeah,
And all that
he's up on bond.
When's all that? When's he go back to court for all that?
I don't know. But I know he's supposed to
After June. Don't fucking
I would make sure he makes it until June, brother.
But yeah, and then another one of my favorite comedians. I'm actually going to see him in the fall. His name's Randy Feltface. You ever heard about him? So what I love about Randy Feltface is he takes ventriloquism to another level. So he's a ventriloquist, but it's just the puppet when you go on stage. Like his setup is like the first stand-up special I ever saw of him. It was like a big desk, and the puppet was behind the desk, and he was technically like under the desk. So you don't see the actual guy at all, and that's why he goes by the name Randy Feltface.
Yeah,
Because technically you're going to watch the puppet do stand-up comedian.
yeah.
And just he'll make some of the silliest, like obvious shit. Like he'll make jokes about him being a puppet. Like he made one of the biggest jokes, and it's just the way he does it with his mannerisms and everything. But he makes a comment like, "If you want to get up and leave, go ahead, because I can't see you."
Yeah.
Because he's a puppet. Like I said, when I say it, it's not that funny. But when he's up there on stage, and he's making the gestures and all that. And
Who's your favorite comedian?
Oh man, that's a hard one, man. I love stand-up comedy.
I do too, bro.
I probably would say I have I'd have more of like a Mount Rushmore.
Who's like your go-to guy? If you want a good laugh, who's your go-to guy?
I love Aziz Ansari.
Aziz is pretty funny. Mine's Chappelle, bro.
Also, on top of that, I have a lot of high respect and I idolize Aziz a little bit because he's actually from Colombia.
Yeah.
And so to see that somebody can make it out of this state, make it big like that.
Well, hell, Chadwick Boseman did.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it till. What were you about to say? Huh? What were you about to say?
I mean, him too, but he didn't really do comedy.
I thought you were about to say some wild shit. I was like, he didn't mean as much. I was like, all right.
He just didn't. I mean, I may be wrong. People may have to him, but as far as I know, he was just an actor. He didn't really do stand-up comedy.
But I didn't realize it because he's from Anderson. I went out to downtown a couple weeks ago with our stepdad. I don't know what you were doing.
I was at the house.
Yeah. But I went out there and okay, I get it. All right.
Being a loser.
Shut up.
Big L's.
But I went out there with Alan and I didn't realize they have like memorials everywhere.
Really?
Yeah. Like where where like the stage is, or like the fountain shit is, or where you go down them stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, like up top where all that brick is, they have like memorials and shit everywhere for them.
So there's this girl that I was talking to a while back before me and Savannah got together, and it wasn't anything romantic or anything like that. We were just hanging out all the time or whatnot.
Yeah.
Started hanging around her and her family and whatnot. And she was a big Marvel fan like I was, and we were talking about comic books one day. Whatever, some way or another, we got on the subject of Black Panther. And she was like, "Did you know my cousin is Chadwick Boseman? Or was Chadwick Boseman?"
That's crazy.
I was like, "What?" And everybody in there, they're all family. They're like, "Yeah, he's family to us." And then, so I literally spent like next 3 hours just looking at like old pictures of Chadwick Boseman and like their family pictures and things like that. And like, yeah, like you said, it was just crazy to remember. Like, we do live in a small town.
Yeah.
And he came from here, so it's like,
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
that's
but it was really cool. It was really cool to just talk to them, and just, they were really, really cool, nice family.
Shout out Chadwick Boseman and his family. I don't know if y'all will ever see this, but shout out to them, man. But I think we're gonna wrap it up, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. We have my brother back on today. We might have the boys back on next week. I don't know what they'll be doing. They went for the beach today, so hopefully they safe. But y'all have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow the Twitter. I'll have it down in the description with my Instagram and his Twitter and the TikTok also. I'm working on pushing out more TikToks. I've been lazy, though. But appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good day, and thank y'all for watching.